Do you miss the days where games were simply shoot stuff forever? Is hell your vacation destination? Do you wish you could shoot knives out of your hand so fast it looks like a polygonal flamethrower? Also, do you mind dying? Devil Daggers is a very simple game. It honestly is just shoot things until you die. That's the entire game. The tricky bit is to last as long as possible without the whole dying thing, which is so much easier to say than to do. The longest round of Devil Daggers I've had was just over 200 seconds, and that took a lot of effort and practice. In fact, the only achievement in the game asks you to survive 500 seconds, or a measly 8 minutes and 20 seconds. At the time of this writing, 0.1% of around 300,000 owners of Devil Daggers on Steam have managed the achievement. And if I didn't know any better, I'd say they rounded up. This literal hell of shoot, die, repeat is still very engaging, though. It's based on arena shooters of old. In particular, it reminds me of Quake, that featured mechanics like strafe jumping to build up speed, or rocket jumping to gain height, though it's more like shot jumping, but I digress, while keeping an older, demonic aesthetic throughout the game. Which fits well. The Vanta Black level of darkness frames a blocky stone platform, where all the shooting happens. Over the course of a run, specific enemies will spawn in and around the platform, screaming and screeching to life in a horrifying cacophony. Devil Daggers is definitely best played with headphones on, since the expertly engineered audio is not only immersive and terrible to behold, but absolutely essential in pinpointing where enemies are coming from. This, combined with tight controls and simple shooting mechanics, means that players are easily sucked into the dark abyss that is Devil Daggers. So what lives down there in the dark? As soon as you pick up your dagger, the game throws all kinds of horrible things at you. Chattering hordes of skulls, floating spiders, gargantuan millipedes. There are 13 enemy types in all, but they all work together wonderfully. Enemies in Devil Daggers will always spawn at certain time periods, visible by pushing tab by default. Meaning that, with practice, you can predict what's coming next, and how to handle it. It's insanely well tuned, and brutally hard to overcome while not becoming obtuse. Repeated attempts see improvement, and players that pay attention and learn the rhythms of the game can get pretty far in. To help the player, you can upgrade your base weapon by collecting red stones that drop from dead enemies. So long as you're not firing, the stones travel directly to the player, so good play requires knowing when you need to shoot and when you need to get precious stones. With enough of the things, players can get an improved weapon, with faster firing rates, more damage, and eventually a panic button that fires homing daggers all over the place. It's a simple mechanic that requires practice to really get the hang of, since too much time spent collecting stones means time spent not shooting. And time not spent shooting is time enough for the hordes of hell you're facing to overwhelm you. The reward for all this is bare bones, though. If you're not into arcade-style high scores and competition, then Devil Daggers will likely be a waste of time. The entire point of the game is surviving the longest you possibly can, and if leaderboards or personal bests aren't your thing, then this game probably isn't for you. But if that type of masochism appeals to your tastes, then guess what? This game is actually perfect, because it's literally built for that. In order to help players learn, Devil Daggers saves the replays of a player's personal best, and makes them available to everyone for viewing. You can actually watch the best players in the game get their high score from their perspective, and learn how they managed it. It'll obviously be tougher than it looks, but replays are still insightful and helpful for those looking to get one of the hardest achievements I've ever seen. At the very least, replays are spectacular to watch. Devil Daggers is a really focused, tightly tuned shooter that, for those looking for brilliantly designed and satisfying mechanics from their 1990s arcade shooters, is an absolutely great time. If you're looking for anything else, Devil Daggers will likely be the wrong kind of hell. Thanks for taking the time to watch this review. Special thanks to Kuhn Gabriels, who bought the game for me as a present. If you'd like me to talk about a specific game, let me know in the comments. I'm currently working on another video project right now, but it's a big one, so I can easily put it to the side to work on something a bit more immediate. And yeah, that would probably be a good break anyway. If you liked this kind of stuff, be sure to check out my review and analysis playlist for more content like this. And specifically, you can check out my Flint Hook review just right there. If you click the box that you see that just popped up. It goes into why Flint Hook maybe has a mixed rating on Steam, is the time of the recording there, and why that might be, and all that stuff. I'm pretty proud of that video as well. But this is just a quick one. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, you know how to let me know. I'll see you guys next time, right? Right.